Hellos and welcome back to my channel today. Today I'm going to share with you my experiences and want to review my most loved kitchen appliance. When I started my health journey 11 years ago, we actually first bought a grain mill, which was fantastic. Then we bought a juicer over time, then a dehydrator, and then really after procrastinating for many months, we ended up buying a Vitamix blender. And I can tell you, from the moment that I started working with that machine, it was so amazing. Initially I actually had to use I had a cheaper food processor, so I first had to process my ingredients in the food processor. Then I had a cheaper blender, then I had to move everything over to the cheaper blender. And still many of the times I actually didn't get the desired result from that, doing all that effort. And so I must say, once I got that Vitamix, I was absolutely hooked on it. I could understand the price of it and all the reviews and the fuss about it, and it is definitely the piece of equipment that I actually use daily, sometimes more than once a day. And I can really motivate people to actually get a very good blender, because it will just make your life so much easier, hassle-free. Whatever you put in there, if you want it smooth, you'll get it completely smooth. Really, it just makes your life so easy. So I'm gonna meet you down in my kitchen, and I'm actually gonna show you how I use my recipe. My favorite recipe that we also do weekly is my cashew mayo that I make in the same batch. I make a cashew cream, and I make a cashew mayo, and I'm going to share with you that today using my Vitamix. My favorite machine. If I had to go back there 11 years ago, I would definitely, if you would ask me today which only one appliance I would be able to buy and use, I would definitely go for the Vitamix blender. I just love it. I can do so much with it. It's definitely my number one appliance. So see you now in my kitchen. So I'm just going to jump right into it, and I'm going to review this beautiful machine, my favorite appliance in my kitchen, and it just makes my health journey so much easier every day. So this machine is almost 11 years old. As you can see, it's still in a very good condition. I just love this machine. It is extremely fast. It gives you extremely smooth texture, especially when it comes to sauce and creams and cheeses and desserts, especially in the plant-based world, and especially when you make a lot of raw desserts, you really want the texture to be smooth. So and just like in a few seconds everything is finished. Really amazing. I must say, initially after 2.5 years I did have a problem with the bearing, but I think it was also my own mistake, because when you actually do increase your speed initially, when you put the machine on, you actually need to do it, turn it up very slowly. So you actually put it on up here. This one you actually gradually needs to turn around. I'll show you in the video, and then you actually only put it up. So I think it was also my own fault. But they also sell it, so I think it might be a general problem. So after about 2.5 years, I actually they just replaced my jug, because actually I got a 7-year guarantee on this machine in South Africa, which is amazing. And then afterwards my husband was actually able to buy the parts separate. So initially I thought my first jug I actually threw away. I actually didn't realize that it could actually just be replaced, because they initially replaced my jug. So I didn't realize that you could just buy the parts separate. So yes, if you need the supplier in South Africa, you can just send me a message or a comment. And so what we basically do, every 2.5-3 years, we actually just buy a new bearing or new blade. You actually buy that whole fitting together. But I must actually also say, I really put the machine through the passes, as you would say in Afrikaans, directly translated. I really work this machine, and I'm not soft on this machine. So really amazing machine. It gives you that smooth texture like in a few seconds, and very easy to clean. So yeah, today I actually want to show you how I make my cashew cream cheese in this machine. The other thing is I will initially let you hear a bit of the sound, but then I'm going to reduce the sound, because the only drawback, I would say the biggest drawback of the machine is that it is very loud. It doesn't really bother me, but if it bothers you, you can actually cover your ears. But apart from that, I can really say I just love this machine, as you can hear from me. I like to, as I've mentioned before, I like quick, easy recipes. I don't like to sickle, as I would say in Afrikaans. I want to just get it done, and I can just say really I love this machine, enjoy using it. Okay, so just to show you how powerful this machine is, today I'm gonna show you the cashew cream cheese. So I've got I'll also put the recipe in the description. I've got, I normally use like a very big lemon, but if the lemon isn't that big like today, I went for 1.5 of the medium size. Then I've got my 2 cups of raw cashews. I've got my teaspoon of salt, and I've got 1.25 cup of clean water. And then I've got the stick. You'll see when you basically have liquids, you can use this lid that just basically hooks in. You basically screw it in. And then when you've got things that you actually need some power to get the mixture mixed right through, you've got this stick that you use. And you also don't want to blend it too long, because it actually builds up heat and your mixture is going to heat up, and you're actually going to lose some of the nutritional properties, especially to the ones that's actually heat sensitive. So then I basically just clean my stick on the inside. Initially you can check your mixture to see if it's smooth enough, but by now I actually know how I like it, and you can see it's absolutely smooth, and I just love the smell of it. Then you can use your cream cheese. The reason why I call it cream cheese is because it's thick, and it also thickens up in the fridge afterwards. So say by tomorrow, this is going to be something that's very thick and spreadable, and you can use it actually to replace butter on your bread. Makes lovely sandwiches. We use it, you can use it on a baked potato, on a baked sweet potato. We use it in making oven-baked lasagna dishes. It's really an amazing ingredient. Then you can also put your herbs in from the start, but I actually like the texture of the herbs. So today I'm using some green onions from my garden that when I harvested, I had quite a lot, so I just actually froze them, so then I use them directly from the freezer. Cool, so then you can just basically stir it in. This is one of the scrapers that you can actually buy from health makers in South Africa. They're the people that distribute the Vitamix. Amazing, you need something like this, because the other thing that you could see as a negative, as a drawback, is basically just to empty this thing. And I'll show you when I'm emptying it, but I'm so used to it. But initially it is a bit of a trick to get the last bit under the blade. If you really want like things that you would say that's not so positive about the machine, I would say it's the noise and maybe to clean it, but the same actually is for all other blenders, because you need to get the stuff out under the blade. So basically just stir it in. Then for this recipe I basically use 2 500ml jars. I used 2 different jars that the people in my house, I'll just know which one is cream cheese and which one is the mayonnaise, because from the outside it can look very similar. So this one I'm going to fill it up. So this mixture is basically for the cream cheese and the mayo, so I'm going to show you how I do it. I basically empty this one, and then I just add the water, a 3/4 cup of water I add to this mixture. Then I know exactly this is going to give me the texture for the mayonnaise. So the cream cheese is more a thicker mixture, but the recipe is just the same. The only difference is the amount of water that I actually add to it. So there's my lovely cream cheese, and our household normally finish this within a week. Then I'm just going to blend it, not for long. You can also decide if you want to stir the herbs into your container. I just find it a bit messy, so I just do it quick, easy. I don't mind in the mayonnaise if it's got a slightly bit of a green color to it, because I'm actually blending in the herbs here. The other herbs that I also love to use is dill. The dill leaves that when I harvest it, I chop it up. I also put it in the freezer. But you can use parsley, you can use coriander, you can use anything that you actually want to flavor it with. You can even put garlic in it. So I would say try out the basic recipe and then see what you and your family actually like. So now I'm just going to blend it for a little bit. I would say the first mixture I blended about for a minute. This I would say is anything between 10 and 20 seconds, because you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to heat the herbs. Some of the things I actually like, I eat it because it's raw and because of the properties that my body can benefit from it. So this is my mayonnaise. You'll see it is more runny, but this will also set by either later today or tomorrow. And if I don't add enough water, then it's basically going to be too it's going to be too thick to use as a mayonnaise. You see these scrapers are amazing. You can see there on the inside, you can see that it's a challenge to clean around to get all your food stuff out. But what I love about the scraper, apart from him messing a bit in the kitchen, but that's just me. So there I can actually close it up. That is my mayonnaise, and the mayonnaise has really been a game changer for us. This really makes eating salads so much easier, and it's oil free and there's no sugar in it. It's like with the store-bought mayonnaises, there's no animal products in it, and it is really an amazing, lovely, tangy dressing on a salad, and to eat, it just makes it possible to eat lots of raw salads. So I would use the cream cheese more for like a potato salad, and this I would more use for like my green salad, my coleslaws. You can see what actually works for you. These recipes are very flexible. As I said, you can add turmeric, you can add paprika, whatever you feel like. You can be creative. So yes, so the machine, you can make ice creams with the machines, you can make like soups with it, and it can actually also heat up. There's so many things. I love to make ice creams for my family, especially my husband. He always used to love ice cream, but because he's got a problem also with dairy, so we don't do dairy in our household. It is very easy to make quick, like within a minute or two. If someone has a craving for ice cream, you can make with frozen fruit, and you can add a bit of even nut butter, or you can add a bit of alternative milk and a little bit of honey, and you can make quick, you can make a lovely dessert. So really amazing machine. So there you have it. I hope that you enjoyed this video with us today, and please subscribe and please follow, and there is lots of more inspiring videos to follow weekly, and just have a fabulous, wonderful, healthy day.